All right, Matrixx and Rhodes show supporters. Well, we're going to talk about something we used to talk about on this channel a lot, and then how me and John first came to be as partners in politics and sports and all this other thing that we cover, entertainment. And that was our love for Star Wars and everything that it was that Disney and this new era of Lucasfilm, the sequels, everything that they did to our beloved franchise that we grew up, that we were so passionate about as kids. And in fact, just this past weekend, I scored about 30 Star Wars Power of the Force and Episode 1 figures from a local hobby store that had gotten some in. And I bought nearly all of them that they had, which was about 30. There might have had another 10 or 15, and when I get paid again, I'm going to go back and get the rest of those. And I had them at one time. I had about 160 of them, all in the package, and things got tough on money. About 12 years ago, I sold them on eBay, and, well, I just replaced a lot of them. So I feel good about that. We're going to talk about Jake Lloyd, of course, the child actor that portrayed Anakin Skywalker, the child version of Anakin Skywalker. And there was a lot of backlash towards his performance back in the late 90s. And, all these years, people had thought Jake Lloyd had some kind of a mental breakdown or something involving Star Wars backlash. Well, we're finding out now that's not true. All right, Jake Lloyd had an actual genetic issue, and he has been in a mental health facility for the last several months, and his mother has came out and said, no, it was not Star Wars backlash, Phantom Menace backlash, which is something that sequel lovers or defenders always want to bring up, but it's actually this genetic issue that he's had, and she actually kept him sheltered from the backlash around the Phantom Menace, and it's pretty weird. I will always be a bigger fan of the original trilogy, but I can tell you this, I've got a much bigger appreciation for the prequels now. You can understand what it was George Lucas was going for. The Revenge of the Sith is a great movie. The last 45 minutes is among the best 45 minutes of any movie that's ever been, I think. And it used to be that Attack of the Clones was my next favorite film. Actually, it was my favorite prequel for years and years. But now it's Episode 1. I like Revenge of the Sith more, but next would be Episode 1. And I've come to enjoy the movie more as the years have went on. And, of course, Darth Maul and Liam Neeson. And, man, it's funny. Jake Lloyd's performance doesn't seem to be nearly what I thought it was, say, 10, 15 years ago. Again, I think Disney has gone a long way to make me appreciate these prior Disney episodes that came out even more. No doubt about it. Ahead of the 25th anniversary of Star Wars The Phantom Menace, and I'm going to the theater to see this, the mother of Anakin Skywalker, actor Jake Lloyd, spoke to Scripps News about her son's mental health struggles over the years, and now he seems to be in a better place. Jake Lloyd was only 8 years old when George Lucas cast him as a young Anakin in The Phantom Menace, but he did not stick with acting in the years that followed. He was also in Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, a highly underrated Christmas movie. Jake's mother, Lisa, denies that her son's decision to quit the profession had anything to do with The Phantom Menace being the subject of intense backlash from Star Wars fans at the time. Quote, "It would have happened anyway," Lisa said, pointing to Jake being diagnosed with schizophrenia in 2008. I believe that it was genetic, and his psychiatrist also agreed that Jake was going to become schizophrenic. I protected him from Star Wars backlash. He wasn't just riding his bike outside playing with his friends. He didn't know. He didn't care. Everybody makes such a big deal about it. And it's rather annoying to me because Jake was a little kid when that came out, and he really didn't feel all of that stuff because I didn't let him online. People say he quit because of Star Wars. Well, that's not true. It didn't have anything to do with Star Wars. It had more to do with our family. We were going through a divorce. Things were unsettled and kind of rough. And Jake didn't seem to be having a lot of fun auditioning anymore. Jake loved filming Star Wars. He had so much fun. I would love for him to get well enough to be able to do a little bit of something. And I'm sure maybe he would like to do that. He couldn't at this point, but you never know how much he's going to improve. Wow, that's crazy. So this is what happened. He's actually in a mental health facility right now, it looks like. And this is kind of how all of that went down. Lloyd suffered a psychotic break in March 2023 while his mother, Lisa Lloyd, was driving him home from picking up food at McDonald's, after which he entered an inpatient program and has been in a mental health facility for the last 10 months. Quote, he said he wanted to turn the car off, and he turned the car off in the middle of 3 lanes when we were in the middle lane, Lisa told Scripps News on Monday. There was a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming. The actor's mother added the whole ordeal resulted in a traffic jam, causing nearby drivers to call 911. Quote, the police got there and they asked Jake some questions, Lisa recalled. He was talking to them, but none of it made sense. It was all word salad. Lloyd was reportedly admitted to a hospital following a psychotic break. After a visit to McDonald's 2 months later, he entered a rehabilitation facility for an 18-month stay. Quote, he's doing much better than I expected, his mother said. He is relating to people better and becoming a little bit more social, which is really nice. The child actor was reportedly diagnosed with schizophrenia in 2008. She told Scripps News that she first noticed her son, quote, having trouble when he was in high school, and that his condition only worsened after he started college. He didn't tell us he was hearing voices at the time, but he was. When they finally told him he was schizophrenic, it totally threw him off into an even worse depression. It was really hard, but Lloyd didn't take his medication very often, as he didn't think anything was wrong with him, his mother added. Then in June of 2015, the child actor was arrested after leading the police on a multi-county chase before crashing his car. Lloyd spent 10 months in jail over the incident and subsequently sought out psychiatric help. The child actor, who appeared in the 1996 comedy Jingle All the Way and the 2001 film Madison, is now reportedly taking his medications and saying that, and Lisa is saying, his mother, that he's starting to act like the old Jake. Lloyd's mother also insisted that her son is in a, quote, lot better place. I just want him to be happy. So, a couple of big things out of this. I did not have any idea that Jake Lloyd was schizophrenic until now. Maybe that came out before now, but I did not know that. And number two, and I thought this was the most interesting, is the fact that he didn't know anything about the Star Wars backlash against the character Anakin Skywalker. And you know what's weird? Being such a big Star Wars fan, I don't remember the backlash either. I don't. I don't remember there ever being any Star Wars backlash until, the Disney sequels came out, and particularly The Last Jedi that Rian Johnson directed. And that's when the wheels fully came off of Star Wars. Now, I'm not dumb. I know there was backlash back in the day. They even made a movie about it. I think The People versus George Lucas or something. I've never seen that movie. But I never had an issue with the prequels like that. Now, I've got some friends. The prequels are their favorite jams. That's their favorite movies. John Matrixx, his favorite Star Wars is Revenge of the Sith. Mine's The Empire Strikes Back. But that's pretty remarkable. It does kind of fly in the face, and it shoots down a lot of notions that Disney Star Wars fans love to throw out. Well, y'all drove Jake Lloyd, blah, blah, blah. Well, evidently, no, we didn't. No, it looks like the fan base didn't, because he didn't know anything about it. and he actually had a genetic issue. Wow. I mean, look, prayers to Jake Lloyd. I think everybody hopes the kid comes out the other side and is able to live a normal life. But he had an actual mental health issue, and he's been in a facility ever since, having a main breakdown of some kind. It's crazy. I saw that story and was like, well, that's crazy as hell. Let's check it out. Tell me what you think. Hit subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.